In this episode of Healthy and Happy Senior Living, you and I are going to look at stories to include Medicare plan commissions may steer beneficiaries to wrong coverage, 8 best CBD products for pain management, do purple vegetables and tubers have anti-diabetic properties? These stories and more in this episode of Healthy and Happy Senior Living. Who is this show for? If you are a senior or you are a caregiver, this show is for you. I'm your host, Stephen Carter, founder of Stress Solutions, LLC, which is now Stress Solutions USA. For more than 4 decades, I've helped thousands of people move from stress to success. I am keenly interested in sharing tools, tips, techniques, facts, so we as seniors can live a healthy, happy life and enjoy the beautiful gift of life as we live it day by day. All of these articles will be linked in the show notes. Let's begin with a story from MedPage today. Medicare plan commissions may steer beneficiaries to wrong coverage. The tagline for this article, Commonwealth Fund Report, Opaque, misaligned agent incentives influence enrollment choices. This from MedPage today, February 28th, 2023. The lead paragraph, agents and brokers who sell Medicare plan coverage often steer their clients to a Medicare Advantage plan because it earns them a higher commission compared with a Medigap supplemental plan with traditional Medicare that might better serve the beneficiary's needs. This is the finding from a new Commonwealth Fund report that was based on responses from more than 24 sellers of MA, Medigap supplemental, and Part D plans who participated in focus groups that fund organized in September of 2022. One example that they give is from a California broker who they say was extremely candid. A lot of times, as he says, you're pushing an advantage plan when someone wants a freedom of choice, for example, for their doctor, when someone wants a freedom of choice, which would be a supplemental plan, according to the report. Incentives that are misaligned with that of the beneficiary have financial consequences for beneficiaries, can affect beneficiaries' coverage options down the road, and can affect Medicare spending. This according to the study findings. There are a bewildering number of choices when it comes to Medicare coverage. I wish I could point to one authoritative source that really could give us some honest, straightforward counsel. I guess we just have to do the best we can, but the next time we come up for renewal next fall, do keep in mind that the agents, the people you talk to, well, they're after commissions. They are, in virtually all cases, they're not going to have your best interests at heart. Our next article from Medical News Today, headline, 8 best CBD products for pain management in 2023. The article talks about what is CBD, CBD and pain, how to use CBD for pain, how to choose what have they found to be the best CBD for pain, comparisons and risks, pros and cons, alternatives, and so forth. One very, very important note here. CBD may affect thyroid medicine. It can weaken it or make it stronger, according to research I've seen. So please talk to your doctor before using any CBD product. Returning to the article, lead paragraph, CBD has gained popularity as a promising complementary remedy for various health issues, including anxiety, epilepsy, and pain management. And this article looks at the 8 best CBD products for pain management according to their evaluation. Next up, diabetes is such a challenging condition so many people have to deal with. Another story from Medical News Today, headline, purple vegetables and tubers may have superior anti-diabetic properties. The article goes on to identify the science and the active chemicals in these vegetables that may be responsible for the benefits of consuming the vegetables. It also discusses what exactly diabetes is and the number of people, in this case 37 million Americans, or 1 in 10 individuals have diabetes, and approximately 90 to 95% of them have type 2 diabetes. There are many things we can do to help with type 2 diabetes, involving lifestyle changes and other interventions. If you have type 2 diabetes or you are pre-diabetic, and hopefully you're having annual physicals every year and your doctor has talked to you about that if you are in that category. If this is a concern for you or a loved one, I encourage you to have a look at this article. Sleep. How sleep impacts cognition, memory, and dementia. This from Psychology Today, dated February 20, 2023. Key points for this article. 70 million adult Americans struggle with some type of sleeping disorder. Studies show a link between sleep and cognitive decline. Approximately 15% of cognitive impairment or Alzheimer's disease might be prevented with improved sleep. And finally, sleep cleanses the brain. Insomnia can be a challenge for all of us periodically. If, however, insomnia is chronic, I encourage you to seek medical guidance, medical help to identify what may be the cause of insomnia and identify ways through your medical provider, identify ways to help with that condition. From MedPage Today, headline, lower dementia incidence linked with vitamin D supplements. Lower dementia incidence linked with vitamin D supplements. And the tagline, but large observational study has significant limitations. The first couple of paragraphs, vitamin D supplements were linked with lower dementia incidence and longer dementia-free survival, prospective data showed. In a sample of 12,000 older adults, exposure to vitamin D supplementation was associated with a 40% lower dementia incidence rate compared with no exposure, according to the doctor who led this study. Results were consistent across 3 vitamin D formulations, according to researchers who published the study in Alzheimer's and Dementia, Diagnosis, Assessment, and Disease Monitoring. The study may offer insights about who might benefit from vitamin D supplementation, according to Dr. Ismail, the lead author on this study. We know that vitamin D has some effects in the brain that could have implications for reducing dementia. However, so far research has yielded conflicting results, he said in a statement. This story goes on with a caution. findings don't mean vitamin D supplements should be used to prevent dementia. Observer Claire Sexton, Doctor of PHIL, Doctor of Philosophy, Senior Director of Scientific Programs and Outreach at the Alzheimer's Association in Chicago, and this individual was not involved in the study. She goes on, it is not recommended to start vitamin D supplementation to reduce dementia risk, she told MedPage Today. It's important to note the study is an observational study, not an intervention, so it cannot establish causation. And she goes on to identify what she considers problems with the study. To be clear, I am not a doctor and I am not offering any medical advice. I share these studies for your information, for you to make your own choices. I encourage you to talk with your doctor about the benefits of vitamin D and also any risks that a physician sees in your particular case. Also, you're going to want to ensure that you get your vitamin D levels measured when you do your annual physical. Based on my readings from many studies, I am a huge proponent of the supplementation with vitamin D, but again, I am not offering any medical advice here. Do your own research, talk to your doctor, and see what is right for you. Next up, from medical news today, Viagra alternatives, pills, natural remedies, and over-the-counter options. If this is a topic of interest to you, do have a look at this article. By the way, all of the articles that I mentioned today, they all will be linked in the show notes. In psychologytoday.com, this article posted February 27, 2023, 5 ways to care for the most important nerve in your body. 5 ways to care for the most important nerve in your body. What is that nerve? It is the vagus nerve. Lead paragraph, whether we are conscious of it or not, we all have a reservoir of emotional regulation techniques that we can bank upon when we feel overwhelmed. What may be new to us, at least in terminology, is the knowledge that one particular nerve group called the vagus nerve helps us counterbalance our fight or flight response. The vagus nerve is responsible for involuntary functions of the body, such as digestion after eating. It helps our bodies restore homeostasis or equilibrium. Instances of low vagal tone, which is a condition where the vagus nerve is not firing well, those instances are associated with slower physical and emotional recovery after periods of prolonged stress. So ways that they suggest enhancing the well-being for the vagus nerve include 1. Go Pro with probiotics. Probiotics help with your gut bacteria. There is increasing evidence in research about the importance of gut bacteria to our overall physical and even our mental well-being. Their first suggestion, Go Pro with probiotics. Next, administer cold shocks. Immersing your face in cold water is thought to indirectly stimulate the vagus nerve by slowing down the heart rate. Evidence of the effectiveness of cold water immersion has been found in many studies. Number 3, incorporate regular massage into your routine. Number 4, induce vibrations. Low-frequency vibrations like those created when humming, singing, or chanting can help stimulate the vagus nerve. These nerves are connected to our vocal cords. Therefore, research tells us that singing, even loudly, may activate our autonomic nervous system by massaging the muscles at the back of our throat and ears. And last on this list, number 5, laugh for your health. Yes, laugh for your health. There is no dearth of studies, meaning there's no lack of studies, suggesting the health benefits of laughter. For instance, one study published in Alternative Therapies in Health and Medicine showed that a yoga sequence focusing on stretching, chanting, and laughing improved cardiovascular functioning, resulting in significant mood improvements. The author for this article is Dr. Mark Travers, Ph.D. He is an American psychologist with degrees from Cornell and the University of Colorado at Boulder. Here is a video that I came across on YouTube. Title, How to Get Up from the Floor After a Fall. How to get up from the floor after a fall, MacGyver style. This video offers an array of different methods that can help us if we take a fall or we have trouble getting up from the floor. This is really a valuable resource, and I encourage you to have a look at it. This video has more than 3.5 million views. It is well done, easy to understand. The lady demonstrating the various methods does a fantastic job. This video can help all of us regardless of age, and it may actually save your life if you're living by yourself or you have long periods where no one else is in the house. Next up, from Forbes, a psychologist describes 3 ways to immediately reclaim your hope and happiness. A psychologist describes 3 ways to immediately reclaim your hope and happiness. Lead paragraph, happiness is the holy grail of mental health care. We all want to wake up feeling inspired, move through our day with cascading positivity, go to sleep feeling warm, loved, and fulfilled, and repeat it again that next day. Unfortunately, happiness is not something we can ever truly wrap our arms around. A large part of the human experience is dealing with life's inevitable ups and downs. Some days things seem to click. Other days we feel like we're playing defensive or simply attempting to minimize the damage. The suggestions offered here: number 1, tap into what they're calling passive happiness. Being happy can mean many different things. Sometimes it's about laughter, love, movement, and passion. Other times it's more about balance, calm, and serenity. Don't overlook those passive states of happiness. Under this, they suggest 1, practice mindfulness. Secondly, be grateful. 3rd, forgive. Number 2, tap into flow states. Another pathway to happiness has to do with finding and engaging in activities that capture all of our attention. These activities can put you in a trance-like state called a flow state, where you are fully engrossed in your current task. Flow states can be especially helpful if you've been ruminating on a specific negative thought, or if you're finding it difficult to regulate your emotions. And they offer more on the flow state. Number 3, tap into meaning. A 3rd pathway to happiness has to do with using your strengths to contribute to a cause that is greater than yourself. In other words, tapping into feelings of fulfillment that come from helping others in need. And the article has more to say about that option. The conclusion: happiness, like any other emotional state, comes and goes. When it's gone, try tapping into passive happiness, flow states, and/or meaning to get it back. Continuing the theme for happiness, from realclearscience.com, 4 Key Habits of Happy People. The 4 keys this article identifies: number 1, move your body. Number 2, prioritize connection. Number 3, practice gratitude. And number 4, spending time with pets. Spending time with pets. All of these articles will be linked in the show notes. If you are not yet subscribed or you're not following the Happy and Healthy Senior Living Show, well, this is a perfect time to go to your listening app and subscribe or follow. It is, of course, free to do that. When you do follow, well, you're never going to miss an episode. If you would like to be in touch, email me at cartermethod@gmail.com, cartermethod@gmail.com. And I'll also invite you to my website if you would like to learn more about stress reduction, stress relief, and creating a healthier, happier life. Visit my website at stressreliefradio.com, stressreliefradio.com. There are multiple podcasts there that are going to help you let go of stress and simply live a happier, healthier life. Until our next visit together, your host here, Stephen Carter, wishing for you and your loved ones blessings in abundance.